So I'm here today with Paula Watson from Yardo, and I'm just going to ask her a couple of questions, really. So thanks for joining me, Paula. So can you tell me a little bit about Yardo and the services it provides?
Thank you, Toby, for inviting me. So Yardo is a very new community organisation. We're a not-for-profit organisation, and we are hoping to develop sorts of programmes you might see in a community centre. My co-director and I, Helen, both have a background of managing community centres, and Yardo is currently based in the Acton Gardens Community Centre. So the sorts of things we might do in future could involve arts, training, the typical thing you might find in a local community centre. But we've started off with some mental wealth programming in response to the COVID situation and the mental health issues that are worsening for many people at the moment.
So Paula, can you tell me a little bit more about your mental wealth program?
Yes, the mental wealth program is a program of support we've put in place to help people, especially during COVID times where there's an increase in anxieties, depressions, bereavements, this sort of thing. The program consists of a counselling option, a meditation option, and a parenting support group. What these programs have in common is that they are delivered by partners. I'm partnering up with other organisations who I've actually used myself and who I know are absolutely brilliant. I really vouch for them. So for example, the counselling is done by Headstrong, who have amazing values. The mindfulness course is being delivered by Dr. Caroline Hoffman, who's one of the most experienced and long-standing mindfulness teachers, secular mindfulness teachers in the UK. And the parenting group is for families whose children have additional needs. And that's being run by a therapist called Samia Nelson, who's done these sorts of workshops across London. The other thing these three programs have in common is the fees. We are offering a pay what you can afford structure for people. And we suggest either £5 a week, £10 a week, or £20 a week, which is far below the market value of the counselling and the courses that we offer. But we also will never turn anybody away because of financial need. So for example, the course we have starting on Sunday has some people who are doing it for nothing, some people who are doing it for £5 a month. And the same with the counselling, we have a couple of people doing it for £5 a month because that is what they could manage and that is what they could afford, and we wanted it to be accessible to everybody. On the other hand, there are some people who are paying £160 for the whole course, and in this way we've balanced the fees.
Sounds like a very good, fair system.
Yeah, and the other thing that they all have in common, apart from, as I said, the fantastic quality partners, if I may say so, apart from the fee structure, is also that everybody who requires it, can have digital support. So if you want to do one of our programs, and of course, 2 of the programs are online at the moment, that's the counselling program is online and the mindfulness meditation is online. Not everybody at the moment has a camera-ready device, especially older people. Not everybody can afford the sort of tariff that you need to do a 2-hour course every week, which is what you'd have to do for the mindfulness. So we've linked up with yet another fantastic partner, that's ACDA Skills Training in Ealing, and we are providing Chromebooks, laptops, and unlimited broadband for free to people that require them to access the course. And that's been working really well. That's been very efficient. We've managed to get laptops to a couple of different people within a few days. And then they also get backup training and backup support ongoing to help them, use the course, use the device and access the course or access the counselling. So it's a pilot project. There's quite a few things there, and we'll see how it goes, evaluate it, and learn our lessons for next time.
Can you tell me a little bit about, because you approached me at the Ealing Mental Health Forum. How did you know about Ealing's and Hounslow CVS and the Ealing Mental Health Forum?
Um, I'm 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 a counsellor at the moment, and I'm training to be a psychotherapist. And in the past, I've also run meditation groups. So I think somehow I got onto a mailing list because of those connections, and I would get mailings occasionally from the forum. I didn't pay too much of attention to them, or maybe I unsubscribed or something at one point. But recently, once I started Yardo, which was about a month ago, I was invited, I believe, to join the forum. I don't know if that was you, Toby, if somebody had heard what I was doing. And I thought, this is absolutely brilliant. I remembered all the wonderful organizations that collaborate here, and collaboration is something that Yardo is really interested in doing. So it's just brilliant for us to have this forum.
So how has the forum helped you in terms of connecting to people and promoting the services of Yardo?
Well, in terms of connecting to people, it's been absolutely fantastic. It's just been so good. I mean, there's the big things, such as I've met I don't know if I can say who she is, if that's
I'm sure you
but
can.
I've met a really wonderful woman called Justina, social prescriber, and that was
Yes, it's brilliant.
specifically, I think, because you connected us, Toby. And the sorts of clients that she has on her lists really suit the kind of needs that we are set up to serve at Yardo, and that we are funded and qualified to serve. So that's been a really fruitful relationship. I went to a training as well on social media. And in terms of connection, it was so valuable for me as a new organisation in this field to just see the range of organisations and to hear people summarise what the fantastic work they were doing. It was really eye-opening to see the range of things people were doing and how they went about it, how they described what they were doing, how they were monitoring, and just the brilliant practices people were bringing to the work they were doing. So I felt really connected to a sort of wider mission, and to people who are trying to do good. It was just absolutely brilliant.
So how have you found the training, the digital marketing training, in terms of helping you move forward to promote Yardo? How's it actually been in terms of delivering, raising the profile?
Yeah, well, actually, in terms of promotion, that was the second half of the question you just asked me before. In terms of promotion, just being at the forum in and of itself was helpful, because I was able to connect to different people, and that was a lot with your help, Toby, suggesting people that would be interested in the project. And in terms of the actual course, it was a social media course. And I have to say, I'm ashamed to say, I didn't realize how bad I was at social media. I had no idea, because before I started Yardo, I've got a YouTube channel that's got quite a number of subscribers for my for some training I do, and I have Facebook, but I've never had really Twitter, Instagram, any of those things. And only when I went to try and promote what Yardo was doing did I realize that there is a whole skill set, a whole way of thinking, a whole universe of understanding. I had no idea about it. And the training with Elia that day was so comprehensive, very clear, and really pitched at my level. So it really enables me to see what was out there and how to use each format, each platform, how each platform was best used or best served a different community or a different community of users. So that was very helpful. But I think the biggest takeaway, and this surprised me, but it's very valuable, was about how as an organization we have to pay attention to our messaging. What are we saying and who are we saying it to? That message was reiterated throughout the day. So I have started Yardo, and I think as a result of that training, I know I have to put a lot more thought into that. How am I messaging and who am I messaging? And then once you've got that clearer in your head, then you could start to use the right platform for the right message.
That's great. Thank you very much, Paula, for your time.